We're here at Snowmass Village, Colorado for the 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Championships. This is the 7th year of the two-day event, showcasing two venues that includes terrain that is normally open to the public. There are more than 100 men and women, skiers and snowboarders here to show off their flying skills. Day 1 qualifier is on the Snowmass's Hanging Valley headwall, and Day 2 finals is on the Burnside Cliffs.
Beautiful sunny days, fresh snow around.
It's a good place, you know, you come up here and you feel like the rest of the world is 1,000 miles away.
Best skiing you could ever see in Colorado, hands down. You know we're gonna be up there skiing fast, big, steep lines, off of cliffs, things that other people wouldn't think are really skiable. We're gonna show you what the limits are and how far you can push it on Snowmass.
This is actually a great year to hold the STIHL Colorado Freeride Series. It's in its 7th year, and I think this is probably the most snow that we've seen so far. In years past, we've had to actually cancel events because of blizzards and snowstorms, but this year the weather is going to hold up well, and Burn Cliffs is looking better than I've ever seen it.
So a free skiing event is what a lot of people typically think of an extreme event, where we're skiing through difficult terrain with a lot of rocks and cliffs.
There's a lot more features here in Snowmass. A lot of them are hidden and they're not open to the general public, but there's a lot of little rocks and some big rocks also, and fun terrain to be skiing, and it makes for a good showing for extreme comp.
Beauty about Snowmass is that it is a great place to hold the STIHL Colorado Freeride Series. The venues themselves, for accessibility in terms of watching the venue, it's really super easy to get to. Day 1 is over on the Hanging Valley headwall, and Roberto's is a nice mellow run to get right down there. You can get right down to the bottom of the venue and kick back, grab a beer, and watch some of your friends jump off some big things. Day 2 is a great viewing area from Gwen's High Alpine deck. Right there you can look across to the Burn Cliffs and see the whole venue. Here we go, big air, into it. Oh!
The 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Championships is being brought to you by the town of Snowmass Village, Colorado, Aspen Snowmass, STIHL, Bud Light, and by John Sandy Productions, JSPTV.com.
Snowmass just all around has a great quality of life. It's got everything you want. Summertime, you get mountain biking, fishing, hiking, you got it all up here. Wintertime, it's just one of the best mountains in the world, hands down. It's huge. We got the cliffs, we got the chutes, we got all the good stuff here. It's just spread out. You gotta know where you're going.
The Snowmass ski area is the full package. It's a family resort. Like you said, has all the runs for the family, has all the extreme terrain, has the terrain park, has the noon groom, has everything you want to see here. And now they're renovating the base area, and everything is just coming together here at Snowmass. The gondola, easy access to everything. It's a great place to be.
When you want to get extreme, you got to come to Snowmass.
6 elite skiers have gathered here in Snowmass to match their skills against the expert terrain that is so abundant on this mountain. Aging from 18 to 30, they will have to prove themselves over 2 days of competition and against 100 other competitors. Jonathan Micah, Kiffer Berg, Brian Anzini, Jackie Edgerly, Aaron Estrada, and newcomer G.R. Fielding.
Day 1 is considered more of the qualifier day of the 2-day event. Anyone can show up. It is an open event, so you're going to get all kinds of different skiers out there. You're going to get longtime veterans to first-day competition skiers. We're going to be looking to slim down the field a bit for Day 2. The venue itself isn't as technical as Day 2, so We're looking for people to put down some solid runs, show us that they know how to ski and that they know how to stay on their feet and ski something smart.
Day one, Hanging Valley Headwall qualifier day. The high scoring lines are west of west, 2 trees. Basically, that's pretty much where the lines are the first day. 2 trees is about a 60-foot drop, and you can go up from there and west to west, anywhere up to 80 feet. And basically, that's the whole venue. You drop an 80-footer and you're at the bottom. So it's all how you land it and ski down to the judges. Day 2, Burnside Cliffs. Like I said, the options are endless. There's the triple drop, which has been the high scoring line in the past. There's triple X, which hasn't scored so well in the past, but I don't think anyone's done it right.
It's lines that include near vertical slopes and that are littered with rocks and trees that really makes the danger of free skiing a mental game. At only 18 years old, Jackie Edgerly has experienced the worst of being a free skier.
One of my buddies, actually Billy Poole, passed away this winter, and it's just eye-opening to see what can happen. I definitely try and always wear a helmet and back guard, so.
You can ski lines that you're dropping in at 40+ degrees and you've got exposure over big cliffs, and then you have mandatory airs as well. Adrenaline's certainly a factor, but it's the overall feeling of being up in the high alpine, looking in between your skis and seeing a couple hundred vertical right there.
There are inherent dangers to free skiing, although not much more than the average person getting on a chairlift or getting off a chairlift. Everyone you're going to see out here hopefully knows how to ski, they know how to make a turn, and they've been doing this before. So no one's really going to be in a really uncomfortable situation. There are rocks, there are trees, there are variable snow conditions to navigate. The ones who are going to ultimately stand atop the podium are the ones who know how to navigate it the cleanest and with the most confidence.
We will find out what the judges are looking for when we return with Chris Tatsuno at the 2008 STIHL Freeride Championships in Snowmass Village, Colorado.
My name is Dave Elkin. I am the Sponsorship and Event Marketing Manager for the town of Snowmass Village. I'm in charge of assisting events, marketing, and corporate partnerships.
Whew. Just another day at the office. Whew.
I think Snowmass has some very unknown, unique terrain, some of the most unique terrain in Colorado. A couple years ago, the mountain aggressively decided to open some very exposed areas to the general public, and it has become a very exciting place to ski. We have cliff bands, pillow lines. You can catch 7 feet of air or 70 feet of air if you'd like. A unique aspect of Snowmass is the amount of skiable vertical feet here, and it's the most in the lower 48 states. You can take 3 lifts, ski all the way down to the bottom, no stopping, 4,400 vertical feet. Before I even worked here, it was my favorite mountain. There's just so much unique terrain here for everybody. Anyone can do anything here in Snowmass.
Best nightlife, best skiing, good people. It's pretty much the best ski town in the world. It doesn't really get any better.
Snowmass is kind of known for the family resort. Everyone can come out here and kind of do their little condo experience, and they don't really realize that just next to that groomed run, that groomed blue or green that they're on, lay some cliffs, some extreme terrain that some of the wacky guys out here like to get a little extreme on.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Day 1 of the competition is located on Snowmass Hanging Valley Headwall. This lift-serviceable part of the event is actually open terrain for skiers at Snowmass, and this year's snowfall has made it a winter wonderland for our competitors.
Usually there's a double off of west, and that, however, is not going to be there this year because there's too much snow. So it's going to be interesting to see what people put together.
Basically about 1 drop and out, so the first day is kind of stay on your feet and make it to the next day.
2 trees is always one to watch for. At the top, the nose is what we call it. It's about a 60-foot drop to a fairly flat landing. So you'll see some people make a couple turns and then huck to their heart's content.
This is my first free skiing competition that I've ever participated in. I have raced in the past, and I stopped racing probably about 8 years ago. I decided to enter the Snowmass Freeride here. It was a little bit of egging from a few of my buddies who are pro skiers who travel around the country and compete in all the events. Equipment-wise, I'm skiing on a pretty fat ski just about every day with alpine touring bindings, so when we have a chance to get out in the backcountry, we can. Bindings are cranked up pretty far, hoping to not pre-release out of them and keep them on my feet. Well, it seems just about every weekend that we've been going out, we've been progressing. We've been going up to bigger rocks, dropping larger cliffs, looking for skinnier straight lines, and looking for the steepest slopes that we can get on. My confidence level, well, let's just say butterflies is not the word. The draw to me is, I mean, it's Colorado, we get a lot of sunshine. We're here, this is an epic year for snow, and we have every type of terrain that you can really want here. We're skiing lines that are very aesthetic, they're very fun, they're pushing us every day that we're out on the mountain.
I'm Jackie Edgerly, born and raised in Aspen, Colorado, 18 years old. I've been skiing here for the past 18 years and mainly ski on Aspen and Aspen Highlands. Snowmass has got a few more cliffs to hold an extreme competition like this, and Highlands is Highlands Bowl, which is just basically a huge steep bowl of 55-degree slope. I've skied in the competition once before, 2 years ago I believe, and I actually grew up skiing here when I was younger. This winter I've actually decided to ski in the IFSA competitions. So I've been to Telluride, Squaw Valley, and then I just got back this past weekend from Crested Butte World Tour. Just skiing with all my buddies and finding cool lines to ski and skiing them and doing it well is just, there's nothing like it for me. I'm feeling pretty confident. This venue is definitely a little bit shorter than the rest I've been skiing lately, so I'm feeling pretty confident, but I'll ski my best and see what happens.
Stay tuned as these two best friends, Aaron Estrada and Kiffer Berg, battle it out for a spot on this year's podium. The 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Championships is being brought to you by the town of Snowmass Village, Colorado, Aspen Snowmass, Audi, and by Helly Hansen.
I am a professional skier. I'm a ski bum extraordinaire is what I like to consider myself. I do live out of my van mainly for the convenience, and you know, the way I look at it is why pay rent when I'm able to travel the rest of the world all season long. This week I will be judging Freeride Series. I'm going to be out here looking for the skiers who put together the most solid line along with some really progressive skiing technique. I want to see people out there putting down some turns and really making those skis bend. As a judge, and as a judge that's competed before, I know what these venues ski like. I know what's out there, what kind of tricky situations people can get in. Beyond that, what we want to see ultimately is someone put together a solid line score. The line score being from top to bottom, where do they go? How do they get from the start gate to the finish line? Beyond that, what we also have are 4 other scores. We start with fluidity, which goes into how smooth of a line, how smooth does the skier make it down the hill? Are they stopping and starting over? Are they backing up? Are they hiking at all? The winners at the end of the week are the ones that ski through. They know their line so well that they're able to ski fluidly through without having to actually stop and look over the edge of what they may be jumping over. Beyond that will be technique. We want to see how a skier places themselves on the hill. Are they a good skier, or do they look scared? Do they look like they shouldn't be there, or do they look like they're actually out there skiing that hill in a way that looks good? Control is the next score. With control, it speaks for itself. We want to make sure that people aren't falling. And if people are hucking a cliff or landing and they put their hands down, that might affect their control score. If people take a tumble, that's going to affect their control score. So we want to see that people are in control the whole time that they're skiing down their line. The last score itself is aggressiveness. That one, that's my favorite one. I like to see people out there attacking the hill. I want to see them out there really pushing it, really pushing themselves when it comes to the line that they've chosen and how they're going to approach it.
My name is Jonathan Micah. I was born and raised in Aspen, Colorado. My favorite place to ski in the world is right here in Aspen. It's got everything you need. Been around the world skiing a few times. I grew up ski racing. My parents afforded me with a pretty sweet lifestyle growing up. This event here in Snowmass has always been the fun one for me to do every year. So at Snowmass last year, placed 4th. I actually tied with a good friend of mine. He skied some pretty sick lines, but this year I'm hoping to up that a little bit. It's an individual sport, but it's a team sport. Brian Anzini is my best friend. We've been skiing together for our whole lives. You know, Kipper Berg, Frank Shine, Chris Tatsuno, those are all, you know, competitors, close friends. Well, I think the draw here at Snowmass is all the cliffs. You know, you got cliff bands scattered throughout the mountain. A lot of people don't know about them, so a lot of times you'll show up a week after a snowstorm and still find some good soft landings. The confidence level right now is pretty high, I'm gonna have to say. I've spent the last week up there in the venue, hucking some lines that I've never skied before, never thought were possible. To me, free skiing is going out and ripping with my buddies. Just having the ability to go out and, you know, ski the same as everybody else that you're with. I'm actually a raft guide in the summer times, and then I come and do this skiing thing in the winter, so I'm basically riding the snow all year round. You know, skiing down something and getting to the bottom and looking back up and being like, wow, it's quite a feat I just did right there. You know, even if you tomahawk down it, you still went down it. The great part about these competitions is everybody's basically at the same level. It's just mostly where your head's at. If you're ready to charge, then you're basically there.
My name is Brian Anzini. I'm local, born and raised around here. Grew up in Carbondale, went to Aspen High School. Was on the racing team growing up, so I got half a day off every other day to go skiing. Been skiing for 25 years now.
Gotta make sure the cameraman stays safe.
My occupation is a ski instructor extraordinaire here at Snowmass. Teach kids how to rip, spread the love of the sport, and professional skier as much as I can. Don't make much money, but I have a hell of a fun time. To me, extreme skiing is really about the adrenaline rush. I'm an adrenaline junkie, and it's one of the few things that can get my heart rate going. Every time I stand on top of a cliff and peer over and don't really know, that's what I love. I love to scare myself. You always want to ski as hard as you can. You always want to go as big as you can. For the 2-day event, you want to make sure you make it to that second day. So the lines might be a little easier, a little faster, not quite so technical. You just want to get through and stay on your feet. You can take a risk, but then you end up risking it all. And it's got to be the 10 scariest turns you could ever make.
Big, 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 big. Wow! So, across it, and that was
Our next featured free skier took 2nd place here last year and is known as a super strong skier. In Crested Butte, Colorado at the U.S. Extremes is where he holds the status as the only one to have a 3-peat championship under his belt.
Hi, my name is Aaron Estrada. I'm here from Aspen, Colorado, and 30 years old and been skiing most of my life. It's pretty much a passion, and I've been doing this since 1999, and that was my first year, and I actually won the US Extreme. So from there, my career took off, and I haven't really stopped. As far as the terrain and jumping cliffs, I've always kind of had that little itch for getting after it and adrenaline rush. And even as a kid, I used to go jump cliffs on powder days and ski gnarly terrain just for fun. And then when they made it into a sport, it was pretty much like, geez, that's for me. Well, it looks pretty good up there, and I'm feeling pretty good about my skiing. And definitely, it's a mental game with these extreme comps. With a lot of high levels of skiing going on, and it's really the people that can separate themselves that have the mental game. And basically, if you don't have your mental game on, you shouldn't be out there. It's tough, you know, getting a little bit older, and 30 is getting older for this game, and fighting injuries. But basically, it's a lot of physical training and trying to keep up with the young pups. Kipper is my best friend in the whole ski industry, and I travel with him as more than anyone. And not only that, he's my team manager for Overmeyer, and I love the kid. He's like a brother, and we travel together, and we've kind of grew up in the sport together and push each other, and we are ski together as much as we possibly can. And so podium thing between the two of us is pretty much the most special thing for me. It definitely takes kind of a special personality. I think we all are after a little bit of adrenaline rush, and somehow it's a way to burn it. And there's also a lot of skill involved. Like, you don't want to be just up there with big kahunas trying to throw stuff off big cliffs, because you will get hurt. And you got to ski it. You got to be able to ski. I'm feeling good. I wouldn't be here otherwise. In 2003 at Crested Butte, I was trying to take a little tight line, and I got thrown in the back seat and landed on some rocks, and pretty bad rescue. They took me down right away for emergency surgery, and when I went in, they told me that I possibly might not have a hand when I wake up. It was pretty much all the tendons and everything were severed, and I got pretty lucky. I still got both hands, and it was an ugly injury though. I spent about 2 months on the couch, and I had, you know, the external fixator and 6 broken ribs and a broken scapula. And my wrist is now fused, so I don't move it at all, but I got my body, and it's still here, and it's made me work harder at rehabbing, and it's made me stronger in the long run.
In the triple area, he's in the
You're
sun.
watching the 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Championships in Snowmass Village, Colorado. Welcome back to Snowmass Village for the 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Championships.
It's a great event here. We got a lot of big names here. A lot of local guys are big on the World Tour and the North American Tour. The event here is 2 different venues. They vary widely. The one up in the head wall is open, free to go, lots of different stuff to do. The one on the lower burn cliffs is just littered with cliffs and trees and everything a free skier could dream about.
My name is Kipper Berg. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I grew up skiing the landfills of Sunburst and Little Switzerland. Made it out here to Aspen Snowmass and never looked back. This is my home turf now, and I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Well, I'm here in my hometown of Snowmass this weekend to compete in the Colorado Freeride Championships 2008 version, so I'm excited. I've been lucky enough to stand on top of the podium the last couple of years in a row, so both times with a great friend right next to me there, Frank Shine and Aaron Estrada, so it was excellent times in my life. Here at Snowmass, there's definitely more exposure with the rock features and a lot of trees and things as well, but mainly the rocks. You got the steep sections. You want to get off the ground, you can do it here at Snowmass. You can go 7 feet or 70. To prepare for this event, I've just been skiing. We've had record snow here, and I'm loving it. I'm just free skiing as much as I can. And I've done well here at Crested Butte, and I've done well here in the past, so my confidence level is up. There's definitely some some hot skiers coming out to this event though. We got Aaron Estrada, 3-time U.S. Extreme Skiing champion. Frank Shine, won the national event over in Snowbird. He, Brian Anzini and Jonathan Micah, all these guys are rippers and just battling it out for the podium. Any one of them could win it. Aaron Estrada, that kid is so greasy. It's so enjoyable to watch that kid ski, especially a venue when you just watch a lot of other competitors come down and kind of just make it through, and there he goes like it's a groomer and just makes everyone look like they're in slow motion. Free skiing is what we're doing out here. Used to be, dubbed extreme skiing, and that's the layman's term for it, but extreme, I feel, is when you're out there and your life is in jeopardy, and that's not the situation here in free skiing. Free skiing is all about the smile on your face and having fun and being able to look at the mountainside, the venue, and say, you know what, I'm going to go through it there, and I'm going to, jump off that, and I'm going to be having fun doing it. And then everyone goes ahead and does that, has their most fun run, and we see who does it the best and walk away the winner.
Skiers and snowboarders picked some of the biggest lines ever and threw down with some impressive runs. Here are some of the top runs from day one.
And here she goes! Oh my God! Does he slow down? No, he doesn't! Oh, throws the backflip and sticks it! Really nice, beautiful day. Bomber landings, big cliffs, and fun time.
At the end of day one, Kiffer Berg takes third with Mark Welgos in front, along with Frank Shine. Here are your top competitors for day one on the Hanging Valley Headwall.
Free skiing is great in that sense that it's all about everyone's just having fun out there, having a smile, great camaraderie, and your life is not on the line. There are inherent dangers and things, of course, in this event. We're doing things, pushing our limits, but we're all smiling at the end of the day, and hopefully no one's getting hurt out there, because that's not what it's about.
In competition, body protection is more important than ever, since the technology of skiing has become so advanced.
When we started skiing, we had straight skis, narrow skis, didn't float in powder, didn't even really carve. I don't know what we were doing or what anybody was thinking. Snowboards helped out a lot. They realized, hey, we can make a fat ski and it'll float like a snowboard. Let's make a twin tip so we can go backwards. That's really been the involvement of the equipment involving the sport now. We can stomp bigger airs because of our fat skis. We can rip harder lines because they hold an edge so well. Our bindings stay on now when we launch big cliffs. We can actually stomp 40, 50 footers now. Without the skis, we wouldn't be doing that. And the skis are still evolving, they're getting fatter. The stronger the skiers get, the bigger the skis gotta get, the stronger they gotta get.
The equipment has definitely opened up a lot of doors. Just being able to get places in the backcountry and having the solid ski and the alpine setup to get down it, Drop a big cliff if you have to and not worry about coming out of your skis.
With the skis advancing over the years to the point where a skier can go bigger than ever, it also raises risk for possible injury.
Yeah, with extreme skiing and skiing progressing, we're skiing harder and harder lines, and now we're getting to where people are starting to wear protection. I got a spine protector, crash shorts. I'm padded up pretty well, head to toe.
Nowadays, you'll see a lot of people wearing it. It's, I think in the next couple of years, it's going to be mandatory because it has prevented a lot of people from getting seriously hurt.
It's just a precaution, I don't think I've ever had to use these pads, but the one time you need to use the pads, there they are, and it's good to wear them.
Up next, it's hang time on the Burnside Cliffs with day 2 of the competition. And we'll also talk to JT about the ski patrol here in Snowmass, Colorado.
Second day is in the Burnside Cliffs, which is basically a playland. There's lines and chutes and cliffs and pillows anywhere. Basically, you can use your imagination.
The 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Championships is being brought to you by the town of Snowmass Village, Colorado, Aspen Snowmass, Laurelwood Condominiums, and by STIHL.
What we're looking at is the gnarliest stuff we got on Snowmass Mountain. 20 scariest turns you could ever make in your life. Ledges, cliffs, rocks, big cliffs, big rocks, lots of trees, tight landings. Sketchy stuff, but that's what we like, extreme skiers. This is extreme, it really is. It's not free riding, it's extreme skiing.
Day one was awesome. I skied just down the chute and aired out of the chute and had a really solid line. Stomped it all and felt really good and feeling pretty good going into day two. And the first drop was awesome. I felt really confident, and then looking over to the next pillow, it just looked hard and someone had hit it before me. So I skied onto it and sort of landed on the uphill side of the pillow and just got kind of shot up, and it happened, you know.
I chose double drop and I got a little lost going in there. I ended up just doing a small air and straight lining through a bunch of rocks and coming down to the finish area with a couple turns. After my run, I didn't think I quite made it, but I was super stoked. I skied a really fun line. I got down, I knew I missed my line, so I didn't think I would have the line score to get through, but you know, we all hung out, waited for results, just missed the cut by a couple points, and that's how it goes. I had a great time up on the mountain. The snow was great. All the competitors threw down, and everybody just was ripping and having fun.
Just a reminder, at least from our end of the deal, that you guys are, you know, representing your sport, so please be on your best behavior while you're traveling to and from the venue, and then once you get in there, you can do whatever you want. My name's JT Weldon. I'm the patrol director here at Snowmass for the last 5 years. Prior to that, I was a snow safety guy, and I've worked here for 15 years total. Today is the 7th year of the Colorado Freeride. Originally started out in Berthoud as a Berthoud Badass, and then Tom Winter brought it over here 7 years ago when Berthoud shut down, and we've had it ever since. Last, I think, 4 years, we've battled wind and snow every weekend on this event, it seems like. So to see the sunshine's big for us and the events guys. Probably a good message to get out that these guys have full body armor, their helmets with face masks. I mean, they're not just coming out skiing in their ski clothes like we are. We'll have about 16 on the Alpine station, which is 4 more than we normally do. And we'll rotate in teams of 2, and that'll be a couple guys up top at the start and then a couple guys down lower for medical coverage. And we'll help shag, you know, guys will kick skis here and there. We'll help to shag those out of there and just kind of keep things moving, and then obviously be there for any sort of injury.
Climbing and skis without equipment.
Early season boot packing and ski packing, you know, on belay, when a lot of these places aren't skiable after the first couple snowstorms, doing that kind of thing. And then, yeah, explosives control work. You tell everyone to try to, you know, be on their best behavior and not to get caught up in the event and do something they wouldn't normally do. And for the most part, that's what's happened.
There's Jonathan coming through the banners right now.
Day one, I got here in the morning and I was pretty stoked to see my draw. I was running 7. So I decided to step it up a notch and go pretty big, which I did. Kind of rolled out of my landing. Wasn't exactly what I was hoping for, but ended up in 11th place after the first day. Today's run was one of my most favorite runs I've done in a while. I got a little hung up in the chute there. I was kind of pointed the wrong way going into it, made a huge jump turn, probably about 15 feet into the chute, and then aired out of the bottom, probably a good 45 feet to stomping and skiing out at Mach Schnell.
Run by Jonathan Micah, high speed, that's what the judges wanted.
At least I finally stomped my landing, feels good.
I chose a line that was different from everybody else's. I wanted to keep it kind of fresh, and I hate seeing everybody launch into the same bomb hole. So I'm more of a stand-up kind of skier. I picked a line called Hourglass. It had 2 cliff drops, 5-footer, 20-footer out the bottom. Real soft snow in the sun out there where I was, not in the shade, so the sun real affected it. Got sucked in a little, almost cartwheeled off, but pulled it out. Day 2, I didn't go for the big, big cliffs and hucks and money line. I went for a line with more drops, with smaller drops, like 4 10-footers and then 30-footer at the bottom. So it's still pretty big. Lots of flat landings today, unfortunately. But, soft snow, kind of spring skiing, so it worked out. We'll jump at the end, we call it fat to flat, and that just means the fat cliff to a flat landing. So it's better just to take a little to the side, kind of do what we call a hip check on such a flat landing like that.
Up next, the friendship rolls into day 2 of the 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Championships.
My local boy, Kipper Berg, is going to be the man to beat. He's the returning champion here from last year, and I was second, so I think role reversal this year.
The town of Snowmass Village is an ideal year-round destination resort. With a combination of adventure and convenience, Snowmass Village has it all. Summers are great here, with free music and festivals for the whole family. With world-class mountain bike trails and one of the best disc golf courses in Colorado, Snowmass Village is truly an adventure destination not to be missed. As we followed our featured riders, one rookie stood out from the rest and proved to us that he has what it takes to be part of the new generation of extreme free skiers. Our phenom skier of this year's competition is Whit Boucher, a 21-year-old from Boulder, Colorado.
I just love skiing steeps and catching air, I guess. I love being in the air and like launching off cliffs and stuff and kind of, like I said, scaring myself a little bit. Picked out a line and went and scoped it out. Found a line I thought would be good. And I actually ended up coming up on top of the course, like way over to the side, and I had to sidestep up and go over to my line, which I think actually brought my points down a little bit, but I ended up doing my line and stomping the landing, so people liked it. I got a lot of cheers from the crowd, so I was really stoked since it's my first competition. Yeah, I was super nervous yesterday going into it. And today I was just relaxed, just calm, thinking about what I needed to do and where I wanted to ski. I did a section called XXX, which was a short section of pillows to kind of a flat area. And then I traversed probably 30 feet over to about like a 30-40 foot air, which I ended up landing, which was nice, and then skied away, so no complaints. Big mountain competitions really, I think, are my thing now. I want to be a part of the new wave of skiers.
Snowmass Mountain within Aspen Snowmass is a perfect venue for this. We've had over 300 inches. It's got the big drops. It has the technical lines that we need to host an event like this. I think it showed. We had a ton of spectators and they're all cheering, so it was good.
Up at the head wall, conditions were a little bit sketchy up there. Kind of ran towards the end of the pack, so it was a little scratched out. Takeoff points were pretty bare, but the landings were there as long as you spotted them and you found them. But definitely a little bit gnarly up there. I kind of just skied down to the big part of the cliff and hucked it and got out of there as fast as possible. I felt like I skied all right, a little bit tentative, coming back from a big injury from last year, so my mind's playing a little bit of tricks on me, but I feel pretty good about the day, and it's kind of in the judges' hands now, so we'll just see. Basically, every day is a plus for me. I'm getting stronger mentally and physically, so. There's 3 entrances, and I took the triple jump, they call it, and dropped in, hit a good pad, and got out of there pretty clean. First drop was a little bit of an uphill landing, and I made it through it okay, and then I got down to the bottom and just made the turns that I know how, and feel good about it. I'm down in one piece, so it's hard to make up ground, and I was a little bit behind the boys that were leading, and it's definitely a 2-run event. It's hard to make up ground, so see where judges put me, but I'm happy.
In the winter wonderland of the Burnside Cliffs, riders were able to pick creative lines and pull away with some impressive scores. Here are the highlights from day 2.
Nice. Control.
Colorado Freeride Series, Day 2. Stick around, don't go away. Good action coming up next.
The 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Championships is being brought to you by the town of Snowmass Village, Colorado, Aspen Snowmass, Bud Light, John Sandy Productions, JSPTV.com, and by Helly Hansen.
It's kind of late in the day and a bit shaded, so I just wanted to ski clean on the top. The snow up there was a little bit variable, sugary. I just wanted to come through clean up top, and then I had a big airline up at the bottom and took it pretty clean. Came to the bottom, and it was not as soft as I thought it would have been. It was pretty firm, but it worked out all right, and I skied through the finish. And this morning, full of confidence after a third place finish yesterday, going into the Burn Cliffs, which is just a great venue up there. I know my competitors out there. I was a couple points behind. I needed to make up, some points, and they're all great skiers. So I just had to take it as high as I could, and skied as best as I could. So I did the triple drop air. I tried to take it from a higher point than maybe some of my other competitors, and late in the day again, and it was pretty firm hit, but took a little knee to the face action, but came through it all right, and skied out the rest pretty clean and to the bottom. So I'm pretty happy with it.
The Stiletto Award, which is the infamous award for the person who kind of puts it all on the line and sends it as big as they can or puts on the most gnarly technical line they can find. STIHL Chainsaws has been so gracious as to give out an actual chainsaw as the award every year.
Local boy, Johnny Gaston.
Snowmass is great, the snow is great. We had beautiful weather. It was warm, sunny, couldn't ask for much more.
Turns it around, brings himself across it, and that doesn't feel good.
Women's snowboard is none other than Shannon Yates. Ladies champion in the ski division, it's none other than local girl Kate Cardamone. Men's champion of the 2008 Colorado Freeride is Ronnie Caselli.
He's last year's winner. Where the hell is he? How about that big?
He is a three-peater here at the Colorado Freeride Championship. My man, Kiefer Berg. Hey guys, we have the 2008 STIHL Colorado Freeride Champion, a three-peater, his third time in the victory podium. One Kiefer Berg. Kiefer, how you feeling?
I'm on top of the world. I can't believe it. Couldn't have written a better script. Standing third, both my boys. And second and third, Aaron Estrada and Frank Shine. Everyone skied great today. I'm really excited and genuinely surprised. Like, oh, there's so much great skiing today that I'm so stoked on this. This is great.
Oh, and throws the backflip. Goes in. Yes! Oh yeah, down to the mega. Oh!
Here we go, big air into it. Oh!
special thanks to United States Forest Service, Snowmass Ski Patrol, lodging provided by Laurelwood Condominiums.
2008 Snowmass Colorado
Yes!
Colorado
STIHL
Freeride
Freeride
Championship.
Championship.
Brendan Don.